Do you ever find yourself waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, frustrated because you can't get back to sleep and you have no idea how you're going to fix it? I'm going to show you a simple but effective practice that you can do today that's going to help you break the cycle of waking up in the middle of the night. All you need is two things: a pen and a pad. But before you guess, this isn't another journaling video. Instead, I'm going to teach you a tool to introspect, to look inside yourself, or what's more commonly known as untangling your mind, that's going to help you find the answer to why you can't fall back asleep. It's helped me solve so many of my problems over the years. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so we're going to use an example, something that happened to me in the past to help guide us through the process. I want you to imagine you've just woken up in the middle of the night, you've turned your side lamp on, you've got your pen and paper out, it's blank. The first step in the process is to write down what's on my mind. So the first step of this process is just to warm your mind up, to basically start emptying what's in there. So what I want you to do is just to write down whatever's top of mind. So in this case, I was saying actually I was feeling quite miserable quite a lot, quite down. I found myself having sort of petty arguments with my partner over stuff that really, we shouldn't be arguing over. And also I've sort of been feeling quite pessimistic recently as well, quite low. So what I want you to do is to keep writing down how you feel until you get to a point where you feel like there's nothing else to write down. And one of the magic things is using the arrows. So every time you sort of write something down and do it in a format where you're using these arrows, I think it sort of helps your mind connect the dots. One of the things I want you to do is not worry about the formatting. So don't think about, oh, it needs to be written down in lines. I just want you to go with the flow and let the arrows take you where they want to take you. For me, the arrows almost symbolize like connecting the dots in your mind. So let's assume you've got to a point now where you've emptied your mind and you can sort of see how you're feeling. Now, the second step in the process is to ask the big question: why? So what I want you to do is write down why, and in this case, what I'm going to start to think about is like, what could be the reason that I'm feeling like this? What could be the reason that I'm arguing or feeling pessimistic or low? And in this case, basically, I thought what I'm going to do is sort of analyze my life a little bit and put it into buckets. So like my relationships, my social life, my exercise, my work, and begin to actually sort of dive deeper into each of those buckets. So I continue to write. So on my relationship side, I'm like, actually, we've been on date night, we've been on lots of walks together recently, we're talking a lot. So I don't think it's an issue with my partner. The second thing could be social life. Am I going out and seeing my mates? Am I getting away from home, etc.? And yes, I am. And I've got these 3 or 4 events coming up soon. Exercise, am I exercising? Because that has a massive effect on my mind. Yeah, I'm playing football a couple of times a week. I'm doing some circuit training in the garden. So I don't think it's that. And then the final one I'm looking at is work. And it's like, this sort of triggered a feeling inside of me where I felt a little bit like, my stomach feels a little bit uneasy. And actually that's another symbol you want to be looking out for. So I thought, yes, this work one does seem a little bit off. So I start to continue that process again, like what's on my mind with work? And it's like, well, I need the money, I'm saving, but I just feel so negative when I'm at work and cynical and bored. And now I'm going to keep continuing that process of asking why. Like, why do I feel bored? And I'm like, I feel pretty stale in my role, but I feel like I sort of need to be here. I don't feel like I can change at the moment. And this is the point really where the third step in the process comes in, which is the action point. So you write down then, what can I actually do about this? And this is the point where you think forward. And the first thing I'm going to do in our action plan is to talk to my wife to understand a little bit more about what our future plans are, like, analyze our financial situation together and work out actually, can I make this move? The second one's going to be like, actually, I need to talk to my manager and let him or her know how I'm feeling. Like, if you reflect on what we're doing, we're untangling the mind, we're letting all of those feelings that have been sort of caught up in there, we're starting to actually let it come out, which is actually really therapeutic. So at the end of that, I have now an action plan to take, which means that when I do put my head back on that pillow, I feel like I'm settled. I feel like actually, you know what, my mind feels so much calmer, I don't feel overwhelmed, and actually I'm so much more likely to fall asleep. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, drop me a comment below, and I hope to see you on another video.